Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. I hope your first week of the new year has been good. Mine has been pretty good. But I just wanted to talk to you about the Jacob Whitesides concert I was able to go to on December 30th. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. So much fun. But I actually got to meet Jacob, so I wanted to tell you about my experience. So without further ado, here we go. So I went with my cousin Kenzie and my aunt and my mother. And we got to the venue at about 2 o'clock-ish, but we didn't really get out of the car until like 3 because my aunt got the email that meet and greet would start at like 4:15. Like we had to be there by 4:15 or we weren't meeting him. So I was like really stressed. I was like, guys, we need to get in that line. I really want to like get up there and like meet him, whatever. So we finally get up by 3 o'clock and we're waiting in this line and it's freezing out. Freezing cold. I was just wearing a little bomber jacket, my jeans with holes in them, and a t-shirt or whatever. So I was freezing. Oh my god. But you know what? It's all worth it because got you, Jacob. But so we're waiting in line and the time rolls around. It's like 4:05-ish and we're like, okay, what's going on? Like, where is everyone? Why aren't we inside the building yet? They said we'd be in there by 4:15. So 4:15 rolls around and someone finally comes out and we're like, yeah, boy, we're gonna go meet him. Like I was so excited. But nope. She said, oh, okay guys, make sure like you're all in a line. We all had to stand on this curb. Like the people that had meet and greet all stood on the edge of this curb and the just general admission was on the like right against the building. So we're standing on the curb waiting and they're like, oh yeah, we'll bring you in soon. So it rolls around to be like 4:50, so we've been waiting there for a good hour or so by now, and I was freezing cold. I could not feel my toes. But we finally get closer to the building, and they say, okay, we're gonna start cutting you off in groups of 11. And I was like, okay. And we were really close up to the front, so I was like, maybe we will make it in the first group. But nope, I'm right at the door, and he says, okay, just wait. And he closes the door in my face, so he cut me off right there. And I was freezing. Like, I can't even explain to you how cold I was because I only had this little pair of socks on, like really thin socks, so I was cold. So the security guard before he went in said, okay, it should be like 5 to 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, that's not bad at all. It was probably a good 20 minutes before I went inside. It was crazy. So they finally brought us inside. And it was like a weird system. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was at I Play America, and I feel like the security guards were not good. They're very, like, there were already people inside the venue, like, a part of the game, like, it was like a game or arcade kind of thing. So there were people that were going to the concert that were already waiting inside for all that time, staying warm, and then when they finally they just snuck their way into the line. So, like, I was really annoyed because I've been waiting outside for like an hour or so in this cold, while these people could just slither right in. So, the security wasn't that great, but, so we finally get inside, and then we have to like get checked by security or whatever. Then you go and wait in this huge room. Like it was like a line that just wrapped around the walls of the room. So you're waiting, and it was almost like in a hotel, like a ballroom kind of thing. Like there was no furniture or anything, just this big room where everyone was just standing there waiting to get in. Waiting, and the anticipation is killing me. Like I just want to see Jacob so that I don't freak out and like fangirl right in front of him. So when we were getting closer, I saw him, like, because inside this, like, ballroom thing, there was another alcove kind of room that was where you met Jacob. So it was this huge room, and then you went into this, like, little room was where you met Jacob. So I could see him in this little room, and oh my god, like, he was just the cutest thing. He was wearing, like, this white long-sleeve shirt and jeans and his boots. And I just thought it was really funny because that day he tweeted, black t-shirts with my best friend. So I was expecting to see him in a black t-shirt, but no, he's wearing white. So, I finally sneaked my way up into the line, and I was like next, and I was so excited. Like, I wasn't nervous at all. Like, usually I'm nervous to meet celebrities, but I just feel like Jacob's different. Like, he's very down to earth. Like, he's tweeted me a couple of times and he follows me. So I was like, you know, it's cool, we're just friends. Like, I felt like we were friends. So I finally go up to him, and he's like, hi, how are you? And I was like, hi, and then I wrote him a letter. So I was like, I wrote you a letter, and he was like, oh, why are you so cute? and my stupid self says, "Why are you so cute?" Girl, what have you, like, I didn't know what to say. She's like, "Oh, I'm not." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And then he was like, "Oh, so what pose should we do?" And I was like, "Oh, well, I made this sign. And for you Jacob Whitesides fans out there, in focus it says, 'Can you hear my love?' So my sign said, 'Can you hear my love?'" So I'm showing him the sign, and I'll put some pictures in here too so you can see like what the sign looked like and all that stuff. So I show him the sign and I say, "So do you think you can like kiss my cheek while we take the picture?" He's like, yeah, sure. I'll hold this end of the sign and I'll kiss your cheek. So he like holds, oh dang, I forgot a part. So after I gave him the letter, my dad has this organization, Anti-Bully Squad, and I gave him a wristband. I was like, "Oh, this is from my dad's organization." He's like, "Oh wow, that's cool, put it on right now." So he put on the wristband, and then he was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll kiss your cheek and hold the poster or whatever." So we take the picture, and then he's already like, his arms are out for a hug, and I hugged him, and oh my god, he gives the best hugs. Like, he's just so tall, so it feels like I'm just like wrapped into like this tall human, and it was just really nice. So I gave him a hug, and I was like, "I'll see you later," and he was like, "You better dance to focus, you can't just make that sign and not dance." And I was like, I will. And oh my god, like, he was just so sweet. Like, I'm not just saying that because I'm a fan, like, he was just so genuinely sweet. Like, he always, like, he was just engaging with every person. Like, you walked up and he was already talking to you, like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And my cousin was after me, and she gave him this little, like, mug full of chocolates and stuff, and he was so cute. He was like, "Oh, that's so nice of you. You guys are way too sweet." He's like, "You're so adorable. Give me a hug." So he, like, hugged my cousin. So then after the meet and greets were done, you could just walk into the venue. So, we walk into the venue, and we were, like, third row back from the stage, so I was really excited. We still had, like, a couple hours to wait. The opener came out at like 7. Mike, I forget his last name, but he was really good. Like, I really liked him too. He was on The Voice, I think. Yeah, but I liked him. He was good. So the opener came out, and my mom and my aunt were still waiting with us until Jacob came out. My mom taps me on the shoulder and she says, "Look out for this girl. She's trying to get up in front of you." And oh man, like, I hate general admission for this reason only, because people just push their way through and it's ridiculous. So this little 11-year-old, probably, I think she was 11, she looked really young, was behind me, and like, I could tell she was just getting ready to go in front of me, like, get an opportunity to get, like, go. So this girl next to me, I look over and like, she didn't look good. Like, she was very overheated. So her friend was like, pulled up her hair, and then this little 11-year-old comes up next to me, and she's like fanning her neck like this. Like, it was pathetic. If you were there, you probably would have been laughing because it was ridiculous. And the girl's friend was like, "Oh, can you just save my spot? I'm just gonna get her some water." And I was like, oh great, this is not gonna be good. Like, she's gonna steal her spot. So the girl goes and gets her water, and here's this little 11-year-old is just fanning her. Like, it was pathetic. And then the girl was like actually kneeling on the ground. She's like, I'm fine. Like, she thought it was pathetic too, that this girl was freaking fanning her. So the girl comes back, gives her water or whatever, and then somehow this little girl gets right next to me, and I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Like, it was so annoying. And here, like, my little cousin was like with me or whatever, and she's very, like, she's polite. Like, this is like her first time with like a general, well, not really, but this was like a first real, like, tough crowd with general admission for her. So she was like, "Oh, it's okay, like, these people can go in front of me." And I was like, honey, like, you need to push your way forward. Eventually Jacob comes out, and he opened with Heartbeat. Oh my god, it was so lit. I think I took a lot of videos on my camera. Like, I got a new camera for Christmas, so I took a lot of videos on there. But he opened up with Heartbeat, and I don't remember like what song, but I look in front of me, and that little 11-year-old girl snuck her way in front of me, and she was stepping on my toes, like, being so annoying. And at one point she actually fell onto my chest, so I like pushed her off. And I'm a nice person, but like, when you're on top of me and I'm just trying to have a good time, I was so annoyed. So the girl turns around after I push her, and I was just like like, it was so bad. I was so annoyed. So this girl's starting to get fed up with me, even though I'm not doing anything. So she keeps stepping on me, and I was like, "Can you please stop?" And she's like, "I'm not doing anything." And I was like, yeah, okay, I mean, you just pushed your way in front of me, but you're not guilty, whatever, it's fine. Eventually, she would just keep turning around and looking me up and down, like just give me the dirtiest looks. I don't know why. Like, who does she think she is? She's literally an 11-year-old. Like, I'm sorry, you have no right to be giving me a dirty look who's older than you and had this spot before you. So I don't want to make this whole video negative, but I just think it's really sad that that girl wasted so much of her time and energy on giving me dirty looks and not enjoying the concert, because every time I would like video or record or whatever, she would turn around and see that I was doing that and try to get in my way. Like, what's the point of even going to a concert when you're not even gonna enjoy it yourself? Like, she was literally texting on her phone the whole time, and I was like, and you felt the need to come push your way in front of me, so it was ridiculous, honey, let me tell you. So if that girl's watching, honey, please, like, I hope you had a great time. I know I did, and I know you tried to make me not have a great time, but I still did, because Jacob sounded amazing, I had so much fun, and it was great. So all besides that fact, the concert was so much fun. So oh my god, it was really funny because he played like a lot of happy songs first, and then he started going in the slow songs like Open Book and You Told Me So and all that stuff. Actually, he did a remix of Open Book and it was lit. I have a little bit, I'll show a clip here. I'm an open book, you can learn, you can love if you let me hold you. Girl, you know the key to unlock all of me if you let me hold you. Is it yes, is it no? Should I stay, should I go? 'Cause I'm an open book, you can learn, you can love if you let me hold you. Playing like You Told Me So and all that stuff, and he started talking about it, and I didn't realize You Told Me So was about him and B's breakup, and I was so sad. Like, he was saying this song is about young love, and it's really hard when you're on tour and the person that is in the relationship with you is also on tour and they're doing the same thing as you and you can't really talk. And he just went on, we were like, it's about B. And then he played You Told Me So, and then he went to like the fun songs, and then oh my god, when he played Ohio, he was like, guys, I want to tell you a story about this song. And he was saying how it was like 5 years ago, it was the last time he saw his dad. If you're a fan of Jacob, you know his dad is an actual piece of crap. So it was terrible. Like, he was saying how Jacob's dad was terrible to him. He was like, okay, well, what makes you different from any other person in this industry? Like, you have no talent, like all this stuff. He went on and on about it. And my heart was just breaking for Jacob. Like, he looked so sad even talking about it. And then he started playing Ohio. And at the one part, it's like, I'm not a deadbeat piece of it, Dad, I'll never learn that from you, or whatever. So everyone screamed that at the top of their lungs, and it was the greatest thing. Like, he was smiling, actually. So he played Ohio, and he played Hold On Honey, all that stuff. And the part I loved most about the concert is not just like the songs itself, but the fact that he would like introduce it with a conversation with us. Like, he would tell us why he wrote the song, when he wrote the song, why he was feeling that way, all that stuff. And I could just really hear the story through the song. And I know that's how it's really supposed to be, like, even when you're just listening to it on your phone. But to hear it and see his expression in person, and just to see the pain and like the agony of what he felt while writing that song, like, it was just so cool to be a part of that. And at the end of the night, I did not have a voice. Like, I was going crazy. And he actually looked at me during Black and Blue. Like, it was just like straight eye contact singing to me, and I was like, what? So it was really great. But yeah, it was just so cool to experience something like that. I feel like that's like the first time I've really felt a connection to the artist while seeing a show. That was just so cool to me. So Jacob, if you're watching, thank you so much for that night. I really had a great time. I loved meeting you. You're such a sweetheart. And to any fans that haven't seen Jacob yet, I really, really hope you can, because he's just so amazing, and he appreciates every fan that he has, every single one of them. Like, you can tell how genuine he is, and it's just so cool. I'm actually going to show you a little video I took when I got home that night. I was so tired, but I made this video to thank Jacob, so yeah, I'll show you that.
I don't even care if I look like a potato right now, but I am going to bed with such a full heart. Oh my gosh. Meeting Jacob was one of the best experiences of my life. He's such a sweetheart. like you can tell he's just so genuinely happy to be with his fans, and he's so appreciative of them. And it's just so amazing to hear someone's life through music, and that's just exactly what Jacob did tonight while talking to the fans and engaging in conversation with them. He's so amazing, and I'm so glad to look up to him and to have a role model like him. So thanks, Jacob, for everything for tonight, and I love you.
And that was the time I met Jacob Whitesides. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you get to see Jacob. And hopefully I'll have more of these stories soon, like meeting artists and stuff. So yeah, see you guys later. Bye.
Invisible, you saw right through me like a wrecking ball. The impact through me. I know we're right, we're wrong, thinking you need saving.